Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Tess here, and in today's video I'm gonna talk to you guys about being black in Italy, especially being a black woman in Italy, and what are the struggles you face when you're in Italy. I have gotten related question about this topic, and mainly is about the racism and discrimination in Italy. But I will also touch on that. But in today's video, particularly, I want to talk about the struggles of being a black woman in Italy. So, for those of you who are new here, my name is Tess, and I'm a Kenyan who was living and studying in Italy, but I'm now currently living in Germany. So I do have an experience living in Italy and how exactly you are treated as a black or person there, or even as an international person living and studying in Italy. So the first thing I have to say is, as a black woman, one of the struggles you will face is your natural hair. Normally our natural hairs, they have a different kind of treatment, or there's different ways we take care of our hair, different from the other races. At the beginning you will really struggle, but as time goes by you will be able to figure out and find ways on how to be able to take care of your hair. So normally what I will advise, if when you're moving from your country, maybe probably try and carry more products that you normally use for your hair, like the shampoos you use, the conditioners, the extensions, whether it's wigs. Just make sure you carry quite uh, a bigger amount of it, because you will struggle in finding these products in Italy. And if you will find, you mainly find them in the African shops or in the Chinese stores. So there are these African markets that are usually mainly in like bigger towns. You can't really find them in smaller towns. It's mainly in bigger towns you find the African stores or the Chinese stores. They usually do have products, but even if you find, you really do not find a big variety of products, or probably you not really find the product you are used to using. So just take note of that. And if you do have to order online, sometimes the shipping can be very crazy, or even the prices online are sometimes really expensive. So if you have the chance to carry more products when you're coming to Italy, the better for you. And then another thing is also related to this is also like your beauty products, whether is it your lotion, your makeup, all those things we use as black women. Like it's really hard finding products that really suit our skin, our hairs, like in these countries. So just be aware of these things, and just know if you have to carry any products with you, it is much better rather than coming to rely on finding products in Italy. So that's another advice I would give. Even though you do find like there are lots of Africans in Italy, but it would depend on the city you are going to, because some cities you find it's there are not so many foreigners there, or there are not really African shops or Chinese stores. So it will be a struggle for you finding products. But if you're, for example, going to major cities like Milan, Rome, Turin, where there is a large number of immigrants, then it will be easy finding products in such places. So just take note. Then another thing I would say is, obviously, you will experience some sort of discrimination when you are in Italy. This is something general you will experience as a foreigner in most of these countries. So just be aware of that, is that sometimes when you go to places you will get a different treatment from the white people, from maybe the Italians. You walk into a shop and you be given a different treatment. You go to an office and that's the same situation. So just be aware that you will experience this sort of treatments when you are in Italy. And then another thing I will also say is that for we black women, especially when you are really dressed well, you are curvy, there is this sort of like being considered as a sex worker. So in Italy, it has had a history of like sex workers, and so you find that there is a group of women who are mainly doing this stuff. And so you as a black woman, anytime they see you, they think you are also doing the same thing, especially old men. And some men really do not have shame. They will come to you directly and ask you how much. So, as a black woman, just be aware that these things happen a lot in Italy. I experienced a lot of this when I was in Italy. Some people will also want to like talk to you. Like sometimes they see these things of like our hairs is very different from theirs. They see braids, they see something unique you're wearing, and they do want to come and talk to you and ask. Like some of them, they really do, they are curious and they want to know, but others, it could be some sort of ignorance or something. So just be aware of these things. You experience people coming to touch your hair. Italians are very, very expressive people, and they can also stare a lot. They are very, very expressive people. So if they see you with something nice, they see you looking nice, they will tell you, they will compliment you. Like for example, you're looking really nice, whatever you're having is really nice. So you will experience also this kind of people. For me, that one wasn't really much of a struggle, but the struggle was mainly for people where you find they can stare at you a lot and they're not saying anything, but also the harassment sometimes black women face there. So it's not like people will come in, but yeah, there are some men who basically don't even have shame. They will directly walk to you and ask you how much, thinking you're a sex worker. So those are things I experienced when I was in Italy, and I would say just be aware of it and know how to handle these situations so that you don't get into confrontation with every person that you meet. So just be aware that these things are very, very common in Italy. And yeah, especially even very old men in their 60s, they are used to doing these things. I remember in the city I was this in the former city I was, my university was in a smaller city, and you find very old men, and they will be driving their cars. You are probably maybe walking from lectures or going to lectures, and these men will stop and say, if you want to leave, they ask you for un passaggio, something like that, or they would come and just directly ask you how much. And so yeah, just be aware that these things really do happen in Italy. And also in terms of like the discrimination, so in terms of the racism, yes, Italy, just like any other country, you will find that they are very ignorant people who are basically not exposed. So you will find that they are racist people, but majority of the people I would say I've met, they are not as ignorant. Even if they do practice it in some of hidden way. So you will not like experience direct racism when you are there, but you will experience some sort of discrimination. That's what I would say. So yeah, just know that the struggles are there, but it is not as bad as people think. We have survived, so many people have survived living in Italy and they are finding it okay there. So it's not such a big problem per se, but there are little things you will experience once you are there. So that is it for this video, guys. I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, to share, and to subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.